Hi, I'm Karen Barno, and welcome to Lesson 1, What is a Shadow Archetype? Shadows are the part of our personality that we keep buried deep within. In fact, a lot of times we have even forgotten they're there. Shadows are something that growing up we were told by our parents or by authority figures, don't do that, don't act like that, don't be like that. It could be you're not very smart, don't think you're going to college. You won't make any money being a writer, so don't be a writer. Men are tough, so don't cry. Men don't do ballet, they do football, so don't think about it. We bury those aspects deep within us. And the way to figure out what a shadow is when you see something in somebody else that's reflected back on you that you absolutely drives you crazy, that's a shadow. And a perfect example is I got a Fitbit back in June. And I'm all about Fitbitting. Love the steps, love to do my 10,000, 15,000 steps. Every day I'm locked in. I'm a Fitbit addict. And somebody I know got a Fitbit a couple weeks ago. And she started to make it more of a competition. She would text me every day, hey, I have 10,000 steps. How many have you done? Or, I'm going to do 15 today. How many are you going to do? And it got to the point where I thought, you know what, I'm done. I'm just done doing Fitbit. And I took it off for a couple days, and I realized that was a shadow. So I had to sit back and think, what in my life creates the fact that somebody doing Fitbit with me is driving me crazy? And it's competition. I don't like competition in certain areas. I am not a competitive sports person. I don't do competitive baseball, football, nothing. Don't like competition. I like competition in certain areas. If you set a goal, a budget goal, and say I'll make X dollars if I meet my budget, I'll meet my budget. If you say you'll give me $1 million if I climb Mount Everest, I'll climb Mount Everest. If it's something that depends on me, myself doing, like golf, I love to golf, then I'm in. But if you invite me to do a scramble in a golf, which means you have a team of 4 people all trying to achieve a goal on one hole, I'm not good. Don't invite me because it gets competitive. So I had to think, what is it about competition that I don't like? And I thought back to my childhood because, as I said, shadows are usually something from our childhood. And when I tell this story, if my sister's watching, she's going to be laughing hysterically because she still thinks this story's funny. I personally think it's abusive, but she thinks it's funny. When we were growing up, my dad he was a man's man, very much into sports. Loved them all, loved to hunt, poor little animals. Loved to, golf, and he just was a sports guy. And my sister was a sports person. She played softball her whole life. She was on the girls' basketball team. Growing up, she did sports, everything. So we would have sports competitions at home, and we had a pool. So and I swam competitively for about 2 years, and I was good at backstroke and freestyle, but I quit abruptly, and nobody could figure out why. Well, when we were in the pool together and we'd take off swimming, if I got a lead, my dad would dunk me. Or he'd grab my leg and yank me back and dunk me so he could take the lead or my sister could take the lead. And it would go on all the time. Or we'd have, races in the backyard. I'm from the East, so we had really big backyards. We'd have races and I would take off running and he would trip me. Well, when this happens, after a certain amount of time, it's like Pavlov's dog. You're done. I stopped swimming. I was done. I stopped competitive sports. And when I was in the military, I belonged to a running group. Loved the running group. We met every day when we could. I mean, we all did shift work. We were all medics, so we did shift work. But when I could run, I would meet them. And then a couple of people I knew turned it into competition. Let's run a mile today. Let's run as fast as we can. And I stopped. And I realized now looking back, because after I realized this was a shadow, I got kind of sad because I thought of all the missed opportunities. All the things that I stopped doing that I liked doing. I love swimming. I love playing volleyball. I like playing basketball. I'm not any good at it, but I like it. I liked playing soccer. Not very good, but I liked it, but I stopped all of it. And I'm sad because I gave up that piece of me. So now I'm back. I'm ready to go do competitive sports. I don't know really what kind, but have me in a scramble and I'll win, maybe. So that's how you find your shadow, and that's what you take away from this first lesson. Look at somebody in your life that they do something that drives you crazy. That's your shadow. Sit down and think, why does that act? bother me? And the universe will tell you. Thanks. I'll talk to you in lesson number 2. Have a great day. And please, if you have questions or anything at all, write it, send me a thing on Facebook, go on my website, and look at the different ways to contact me, email me, but let's keep in touch. Until next time, I hope this is to you finding your blue rose.